Om Shanti. I once met a sister. She was not in Gyan, but we had a meeting and we were talking, and then she said that, sister, if everybody had access to the crematorium, Shamshan Ghat, and if everybody went every day once to the crematorium, then they would have a lot of, true perspective about life. So I said, for that, you don't need to visit the crematorium every day. You just need to remind yourself that you are a soul and that you have come from the soul world and you are an actor playing your part here, and then you have to go back when it's time. So if you just took 1 minute away, just unplugged your consciousness from this old world and took it home and saw yourself as the sweet, silent, peaceful soul sitting there who is getting all entangled here, and then remind yourself this is just an act, and then I have to go back home, and there I have to live in purity and peace. So I better pay attention to my state of peace while carrying out my duties and responsibilities here. That will give you a lot of detachment. Then she said, I never thought that way. So I said, this is what Baba teaches us, and if you want to learn more, you can come and learn Raj Yoga. So, it's all about also about Antmate Sogati. Baba every day says that it's about the fact that your final thoughts lead you to your final destination. So we are preparing for the last second, but in preparing for the last second, we have a lot of perspective in the present second as well. And how to view things, how much to engage, how to respond, all of these decisions become very accurate when your perspective is true, when you operate from a spiritual standpoint that I'm a soul playing my role here and I have to go back, then of course you become ready to go back, because Antmate Sogati, your final stage determines your onward journey. That is absolutely true. But also while you are here, you are doing everything with the truth, with the perspective of truth, and that allows you to be detached and loving all the time, because you know that in fact nothing belongs to me. So there is detachment, and you know that your original nature is love, so you're able to be loveful in all your actions. So Baba has told us that the foundation of a virtuous life is soul consciousness. And today Baba also says Supreme Soul Consciousness. We will look at that. But first we will talk about, Baba talks about two things today: pure desires, impure desires. And then Baba talks about pure pride and impure pride. Okay, so we will talk about these two things first. So the first thing we'll take is pure desire and impure desire. Now you see, desires get fulfilled because obviously the law says you will attract whatever you wish for. Yes, so your wish will be granted. So, but Baba says that I don't fulfill all your desires. The pure ones are fulfilled by me, and the impure ones are fulfilled by Ravan. Okay, now I will share one very interesting incident with you. There was this one, and this is a very true incident, and this one woman, she came to the center and she told me that God grants all my wishes. So I said, give me an example. So she said, you know, when I was expecting my first child, suddenly I got a news from back home that somebody had died in my maternal family. And I had to take the train immediately and go and see them. So I did not find a ticket. I could not get a ticket because it was very last minute. So when I boarded the train, there was a lady sitting with so there was a lady sitting with, I think, some other people, and then it was a reserved compartment, and I asked her that I'm a pregnant woman, so please give me some space to sit. And then she said, you people come from somewhere, you don't have a ticket, and then you ask, you give 100 fake reasons that give me place to sit and this and that. And she made me stand all through the journey. She did not, she just spread her, she just did not spread her all her belongings on the seat, but she did not allow me to sit. So then she said, at that, or in that moment, I prayed to God that I want to be in a situation where this lady is standing and I am sitting, and I will not give her the seat. And then she said, 20 years later, this lady, when she was traveling in a reserved seat, then that same lady was traveling with her daughter-in-law, and she did not have a reserved seat, and her daughter-in-law was expecting at that time. And she begged and pleaded her to give her a seat, and then she didn't give the seat to her. So I said, could you recognize her for after all this long time? She said, yes, I couldn't forget her face even for a day. And every single day I told God I want that situation repeated. So I said, you see, what I can see is you understand the power of thoughts, but you don't have the buddhi to understand what thoughts to empower. Now, if you see 20 years you spent in this, in this desire for revenge, and you wasted all your thoughts into that. If you had asked for anything else, you would have got in these 20 years. So she said, no, but my heart was very satisfied with that, and I really felt that दुनिया में इंसाफ है, and there is justice in the world, and God, people say that भगवान के घर में देर है अंधेर नहीं, so sooner or later there will be justice in God's home. So I felt all of that. So this is very important to understand, that whatever you desire will always come to you. But your impure desires are not fulfilled by God. Only your pure desires. What are pure desires? Desires that do not emerge from the 5 vices. So there is lust, anger, ego, attachment, and greed. And in the last example, it was anger, which was the seed of that desire. So if the seed of your desire is vice, any of the vices, whether it is fear, whether it is jealousy, hatred, anything. So if there is a vice which is the seed of your desire, then even if your desire is fulfilled, because all desires will be fulfilled, that's the law. If a human soul is so powerful that you create a desire, it will get fulfilled. But Baba says that your impure desires, which have their seed in vices, are fulfilled by Ravan, and your pure desires are fulfilled by Baba. And until Baba comes, we don't know how to have pure desires. Yes, so we don't know how to have the desire to be pure or peaceful or have a spiritual attitude or be loving, or we don't have those desires also until Baba comes. So pure desires are the desires that Baba teaches us to have when he comes, because until Baba comes we only have impure desires. So all our desires have their root in vices, that's there. And of course in Hindu culture there is this Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina, so you have a desire that everybody should be happy and peaceful. So sometimes we say that in our prayers, and if we mean it, that's a pure desire. So that kind of desire is pure desire. Now Baba says your impure desires are fulfilled by Ravan and your pure desires are fulfilled by Baba. What does that mean? So you see, what is the job of Ravan? The job of Ravan is to make you more and more vicious, yes, more and more in bondage, more and more dependent, more and more craving and unsatisfied, dissatisfied. That's the job of Ravan. And you see, when our impure desires are fulfilled, we do not become contented, we become more discontented. We want more and more and more, and this is what happens. So you see, the desire for lust is never quenched. So the more it is fulfilled, the more the fire burns. So in Hindi it is called Aap bhai bude, Trishna bhai jawan. So the person grows older and the desire for lust also grows, more profound. So people think that with age maybe the lust, the nature of lust will finish, but it's not like that. So it's not like old people have no lust in them. No, the lust, the desire for lust is also getting older and older, and it is getting more profound. And if you see these days, there is also a fashion of, accepting and proclaiming that despite my age, I have these physical desires, and that is also cheered and lauded. So all that is another subject. So these days people don't want to work on their vices, but they are kind of fighting for the right of their vices. So they say that it is nothing shameful to be lustful, and we should come out in the open and declare we are lustful and let our let our desire for lust express itself very publicly. So all that is going on. So this is a different movement that's going on in the world altogether, and people are saying that we must recognize we have these desires, not be ashamed about it, and just feed them more and more and more and more, get more lustful day by day. But Baba says, yes, you must recognize you have vices, but why you must recognize is so that you can work on them, not because you want to proclaim them in public and then you want to just feed them as if you have a right to be vicious. That's not the way you look at it. So Baba says that this desire which comes from vices, when it is fulfilled for once, then the fire burns more and more. So anger, revenge, it becomes a sanskar. If you are angry on somebody, and then you at that time in the name of God you say, you see, this person should be punished, and that person is punished, you go on telling 10 other people that if I am angry on you, you will be punished, and you try to be angry on everybody you find. So children get into this fold that I have this mouth where when I curse you, you will be cursed, or when I say God punish you, you will be punished, and they take a lot of pride in that. So Baba says that Ravan tricks you into being more and more vicious, more and more discontent day by day. Even when your greed is fulfilled, what happens? Do you become contented? You become more and more greedy. Yes. So, do you know what Baba does? When you have a pure desire, like let's say you have a pure desire to let's say Baba's Seva Sthan, okay? So you have a pure desire to have a place where you can conduct Baba's Seva. Now Baba will fulfill that desire, but Baba will also ensure that you don't get caught into I and mine with that place. And Baba has many ways to do that. Baba will beat you inside out and remove that I and mine from you. So I will give you a very simple example. So there was this sister, and she was doing seva in one center, and then that in that center there was also Dadi Janki. So she went to Dadi Janki and said, I need a laptop for seva. So Dadi said, you want a laptop like her? So she pointed. So Dadi thought that maybe this sister is getting into, comparison with the other sister who has a laptop for seva, and then that is why she has come with this request. So Dadi said, okay, I will give you a laptop. And then the matter ended there. And then it took 6 months, 1 year, and in that 1 year, Dadi many a times told that sister that, you are wanting a laptop because you are comparing yourself to her. And that sister said, no, I have no intention doing that. I just want a laptop for seva. And then this sister managed with, malfunctioning, broken laptops. And by the end of the year, her desire for a laptop was totally filtered out of her whole system. There was no desire for a laptop. She did not want a laptop at the end. And she was so fed up of that whole idea. And after she was fed up, Baba gave her a laptop. So Baba also fulfills your desires, but after, Baba cleans all the viciousness that is hidden in that desire. So Baba doesn't feed your greed. Baba doesn't feed your ego. Baba doesn't feed your attachment. So if there is attachment somewhere, Baba will, and you see, if you want that soul to be benefited, sometimes you see Baba has given us the duty that you must benefit every soul. Yes, you must bring benefit to every soul. That's our duty. Kalyankari baap ke bacche hain hum. But then sometimes you might use this Shrimat to, to put your attachment in disguise. So you are attached to someone and then you say, Baba, that is a soul and I want you to take care of that soul. So first, there will be so many incidents which will clean you up from that attachment. And then that soul will be benefited. So that soul will be benefited because Baba is everybody's child, but not because you are attached to them. So Baba says, I fulfill pure desires. I have given you the pure desire that you must benefit every soul, must bring every soul to a state of empowerment, peace, happiness. And of course, if you have that desire, I will make it be done through you. But then you must understand that if you're doing it out of attachment or some other emotion, some vice, that won't work. Because Baba only fulfills pure desires. And the fulfillment of pure desire sets you free, and the fulfillment of impure desires puts you more and more into bondage. This is a very big thing, you know. There are many people in the world who say हमारे पास भगवान का दिया हुआ सब कुछ है, हमने जो मांगा वो मिला. Yes, there are people who say, I've been given everything by God, whatever I asked for I've got. But you look into their hearts are very dissatisfied. If they are dissatisfied, if they are full of fear, if they are full of insecurity, if they are worrying about what tomorrow, that means though that fulfillment of desire has not empowered the soul but made the soul more and more dependent on those fulfilled desires, and they want those fulfilled desires to stay like they are. Yes, sometimes people say, I don't want more, but I just want everything to stay like it is. So you are in so much bondage, because whenever something is getting disrupted from the way it is, then your heart is sinking. And the law of nature is, it is a perishable world, and everything will not stay the way it is. So then your heart is always skipping a beat at every change in the scene of drama. So that is the sign of a bonded soul. So you see that when you tie somebody's hands and legs with chains, then in order to hurt them, you have to just pull the chain. So that's how the condition of souls is. You know, one whiff of the drama, something happens in the scene, something happens with the possessions, and the soul feels a lot of pain. So fulfillment of impure desires puts the soul into bondage, and fulfillment of pure desires sets the soul free. So when Baba comes and Baba teaches us the desire to be pure, the desire to be a good yogi, the desire to be a disciplined soul who follows every direction of Baba, does every action on Baba's Srimad, and you are helped by Baba also in the fulfillment of this desire. Now first Baba creates this desire, you know, this desire to be pure and yogi. And of course everybody needs a desire in their life. You need a goal, you need an aim. So Baba says, let not these perishable attainments and achievements be your desire. They can be the side scene. They come and they go. They again come and they again go. But your main focus should be, I become a good yogi, I become Bap Saman, like my Baba, and I become completely pure. I do everything on Srimad. That's your pure desire. I do Vishwa Kalyan. I serve every soul with the power of purity and spiritual love and drishti. That should be your pure desire. And Baba says, not only do I fulfill your pure desire, but the more and more your pure desire is fulfilled, what happens is you feel you are being liberated, you know, and nothing in the world affects you. There is no trace of fear, worry, insecurity. You are also free from desires. So this is the difference between pure desire and impure desire. And what do we mean by Ravan fulfilling and Baba fulfilling? So, you know, the consequences of these two are very different. So this is something to understand today. And then Baba today says that people are very afraid that the Guru will curse them. Yes, so people have a very big fear that the Guru will curse them, or you know, these days people are very afraid that the astronomical arrangement can curse them, or if your house is not in the right position according to Vastu, then you will receive a curse. So earlier people used to think souls have the power to curse them, and now people think even nature has the power to curse them. So they keep engaging in activities to tranquilize nature so that it doesn't curse them. So they perform havan and puja and this and that, and then they keep damaging their house structure and building it and rebuilding it so that the elements of nature don't curse them. But Baba says, I tell you that no soul can curse you, and even the Supreme Soul, Baba, is the ever merciful. He never does anything but has mercy on you. So nothing other than mercy you receive from Baba. So not only souls or the elements of nature, even God cannot give you any curse. So Baba says, but you can be cursed. How? By your own actions. So it is your own actions that can curse you. And when you don't follow Srimad, it is like cursing yourself. Because Srimad means elevated directions for actions that elevate you. And obviously, if you don't engage in those elevated actions, then you will be cursing yourself. So, blessing yourself and cursing yourself is totally up to you. This is what Baba tells us today. It's your own right. And I will tell you one thing, that it's very important to know that nobody other than you can create or sabotage your destiny. So and it is my very profound experience, something that I stand by, something that I deeply know that this is true, and that is that anybody can do anything towards you. They can speak ill, they can try to damage your reputation, they can try to harm you physically, they can try everything, but it only works when you are in low spiritual stage. If you are in good spiritual stage and you are not giving a thought to it, yes, let's say somebody threatened you, but you are not threatened, then they can't do anything to you. That's why, the word terrorism is very important. Because when there is killing in one place, there is fear in another place. And that fear invites killing in another place. But, it's not killing, it's called terrorism, because the tool is terror. And the soul, the two main emotions that pull the soul are attraction and fear. So when you are in low spiritual stage, you will be attracted and you will experience fear. This is the sign. And Baba teaches us to be soul conscious, be in remembrance of Baba, and be in a stage which is beyond attraction and fear. So Baba teaches us how to be in a position where you don't have impure desires, where you don't have any fear, and then nobody can do anything to you, because Maya either lures you or scares you. And if you are beyond these two forces, then nobody can do anything to you. And This is my very practical, deep experience. And it is 201,000% true. So if you are not scared, nobody can do anything to you. Yes. So there was a situation where somebody told me something and I said, you see, you can do everything, but you cannot scare me. I am not scared to live. I am not scared to die. I am not scared to do what I think is the right thing to do. I will do that. You can do whatever you want. Yes, and that situation was completely dissolved after that. There was no, that situation, it was like it didn't exist at all. But you have to do everything on Baba's Srimad to have that fearless stage. You know, when you have the confidence which comes from your own actions, that I am Baba's child who does everything on Baba's Srimad and Baba is always with me, then you will never fear anything. And that is the stage where when you don't cross the line of Srimad, then you are not cursing yourself, and nothing and nobody can curse you. So this is something that Baba tells today. And then Baba says, there is pure pride and there is impure pride. And I always tell this in the class that the opposite of ego is not egoless. It is soul conscious. Okay, so you don't have to give away your pride, but just substitute impure pride with pure pride. Yes, so the impure pride is, I'm a big person, I'm very educated, I'm this, that, because that can change according to drama. Yes, if your degree becomes obsolete. Yes, so Baba says that's not pure pride, but the pure pride is that I'm a soul. I'm peaceful, loveful, powerful. Not I'm a nobody. That's not being egoless. I'm a nobody. I'm a speck in the dirt. I'm this, that. People use so many, humiliating, derogatory words for themselves. That's not required. I'm a soul. I'm very pure, peaceful. I'm the child of God. So this is pure pride, which includes soul consciousness and supreme soul consciousness. Yes, so Baba says, be soul conscious who you are and whose child you are. That is the opposite of ego. And then Baba says that now don't go one step further and say, I am God. Shivoham. So instead of the child of God, you say, I am God. Shivoham, I am Shiva myself. So Baba says again, that is impure pride. So, it can go wrong in two ways. So it can go wrong when you say, I am a nobody. It can go wrong when you say, I am the Almighty. So both these things are impure pride. Or it can go wrong when you say, I am important, worthy, because I have the perishable and I have these perishable labels. So Baba says all these sides are the impure ones. And the pure pride is the truth. I am a soul, a being, a spiritual being, and the child of the Almighty. And as long as I am in the awareness of Baba, I am very powerful. Yes, with Baba, I am loving, I am peaceful, I am very powerful. So this keeps you on track, because Baba means Baba's Srimad. And when you're with Baba, you're with Baba's Srimad. So Baba's Srimad keeps you within the boundaries. and then it also gives you self-esteem. So this is also something that Baba tells today. And then Baba says, have mercy. And Baba says, and you have to make a decision to be merciful. So, the natural, these days, the trained sanskar that we have is I need mercy. Yes, anybody today starts telling you I'm in pain, and I was witnessing this the other day. There was a couple, a husband and wife, they had come, and then the woman started saying, I have a back pain and I have this problem and that problem, and this man doesn't cooperate with me. And the man said, I myself have so much headaches, and I have migraine, and I have spondylitis, and this woman doesn't care for me. So, so you see that these days, the moment somebody starts telling you, I need your mercy, you say, I need more mercy than you. Yes, so, so Baba says, no, you children of Baba, what we have to do is, we have to understand that now I have Baba, so I don't need any mercy from anybody. And then just like Baba is here to extend his mercy to every soul, I am his right hand, I have to do the same. And then Baba gives us many methods today. So Baba says, don't be merciful with just words, but with the attitude of your mind. So how do you give mercy? Through the attitude of your mind. So even if somebody is speaking bitterly or being very weak in their words, sometimes they are using a language which is very weak about themselves, just allow all the sanskars of that soul to merge in your attitude of mercy, and just allow that merging will allow you to give what Baba has given you. Otherwise, you will get caught up in what they are telling or sharing. Yes, let's take an example. Let's say somebody comes to you and then they start saying, this person wronged me and they wronged me and this person did that and this happened to me. And then they say, and you are also no less. You also did this to me. So until then you were merciful, when they were talking about others. And suddenly when they start talking about you, you say, I am here listening to your bakwas and you are telling me I am the one person who wronged you. And then your mercy is stopped there. So having an attitude of mercy requires, you sitting with Baba and allowing everything to merge in that ocean. And then you will be able to give what Baba has given you. So you must understand that this soul is not talking to me, they are talking to Baba. I am Baba's instrument. And when they are talking to Baba, they can even complain about me, it's okay. Yes, and then that gets merged in that. And then you are able to give what Baba has asked you to or given you to give to the soul. So that's having an attitude of mercy. Then Baba says, through the atmosphere, give souls the powers you have received. So create a very powerful atmosphere wherever you are. Even if you're sitting temporarily in your office, not just at home, create an atmosphere of power by being in that powerful stage. This word atmosphere is very beautiful. Atmosphere means Atma ka sphere. Okay? Atma ka sphere. So where you, the Atma, is sitting, there is a sphere around you. That's your atmosphere. So wherever you are sitting, there should be, if you are in a powerful stage, there is an atmosphere of power. and then everybody in that atmosphere is getting charged. That's also an act of mercy. So, mercy doesn't mean only that you are giving it like in the form of words or actions, but when you're aware that it is my duty to create a powerful atmosphere and you pay attention to your powerful stage, that's also an act of mercy. So Baba says this, and when you when you are merciful, when you become Baba's right hand in donating this mercy to everybody, then the task of world transformation will happen in a very short time. Okay. Om Shanti.